Last night's WNBA Finals game was absolutely rigged, and there is so much proof. What a terrible way to end this WNBA season.
Is it even possible to believe what just took place in the finals of the WNBA? Following a shocking foul call, LeBron James criticized the league for its actions. The finals came to a resounding conclusion, but it was not the kind that anyone had anticipated, and now even the king is calling into question the WNBA.
To the point where even LeBron posted on X saying, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the blank players dictate the outcome of a close battled, tested game." But unfortunately, the refs didn't see it that way.
You could be wondering what could possibly be so terrible that LeBron James felt the need to speak up. We are about to show you the exact moment that has everyone from fans to superstars in a hysterical state of excitement, so make sure you fasten your seatbelt today. Not just one game is being discussed here. The WNBA might be viewed in a different light as a result of this. Take a look at the video clip.
Breanna Stewart gets the ball here. She turns around and kind of just chucks it up to the basket.
Now, let's get down to business and get into the moment that everyone is talking about.
It was 60-58. There was 6 seconds left in the game. Again, 2-point game.
A timeout is what the Liberty call it. This is the final seconds of regulation time in the Women's National Basketball Association championship game. There is a 2-point lead for the Lynx, and the level of tension in the arena is through the roof. Am I able to sense it? Things are about to get crazy at this point. One of the most talented players on the opposing team, Breanna Stewart, manages to get her hands on the ball. There are only a few seconds left for her to make something happen. As soon as she begins her move, everyone's attention is immediately drawn to her. But while we wait, let's take a look at the video clip.
First, when she gets the ball, she travels, and she doesn't just take one extra step. Let's count here how many steps she takes when she gets the ball. I'm gonna put this in slow motion. Okay, so she gets the ball here. She jumps 1, 2, 3, 4. She at least jumps 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. She at least takes 4 steps at minimum. She might have taken 5. She hops, stutter steps, and doesn't put the ball down until she gets in the paint.
Therefore, there was no travel that was caught. Currently, Stewart is in possession of the ball, and she is eager to score. A single step, 2 steps, and 3 steps are taken by her. Is that a total of 4 steps? Hold on. Certainly you are recognizing the truth. It is possible that Stewart has just taken 4 steps without dribbling the ball. For all intents and purposes, that is a travel. However, referees, not a single whistle is being blown by them. Following the continuation of the play, Stewart will now take the shot. At this point, pay close attention to what occurs after this.
Angle, but there are also photos from this play. So as you can see in this photo here, which is right before Stewie goes up with the ball, Elena Smith is not touching her at all. She has 2 fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly 0 contact here.
While Stewart is climbing, Alana Smith, who is a member of the Lynx, is right there supporting her. Instantaneous action is what we're talking about here. After Stewart lets go of the ball, there is no further action. Were you able to find any contact? Because a significant number of individuals are claiming that they did not. Guess what, however? The whistle takes a blow.
In real time, everyone's looking like, what? That was a foul? What foul?
A complete hush falls over the vast arena. The referee is about to make a decision, and everyone is holding their breath in anticipation of her decision. Then, the event takes place. Smith has been issued a foul by the referee. Are you able to believe it? In the waning seconds of the game, a foul call that could completely alter the outcome.
In real time, everyone's looking like, what? That was a foul? What foul? So Shura Reeve decides to twist her finger and call a challenge. This is a challenge that the Minnesota Lynx still had. So they call a challenge. The referees review it.
At this point, you might be thinking to yourself, surely they will look into this. No, you are absolutely correct. The referees gather in a huddle. Everyone is on the edge of their seats as they watch the replay of the game. Because of the thickness of the tension, it is possible to cut it with a knife. On the other hand, after what seems like an eternity, they return with their choice. It is still the case. At this point, Stewart is going to the free throw line, where he has the opportunity to tie the game. Lynx supporters are in a state of disbelief. The fans of the opposing team are going absolutely crazy. In addition, social media is on the verge of exploding.
You challenge something and you challenge a play that basically has the power to change the outcome of arguably the most important game for the entire WNBA season, and you do not overturn this call after seeing not only the travel that came before it, but then also the no contact when she went up with the ball. Like, it's crazy. Like, if this were on the NBA side, that referee would have been fired before the game even ended.
This is where things start to get even more bizarre. The referees provide an explanation for the call by stating that Smith was not holding a legal guarding position. You are not the only one who is sitting there trying to figure out what that means and scratching your head and wondering what it could possibly mean. It's not exactly the kind of term that you hear being used at the pickup game that you play at your neighborhood. Fans are now left wondering how a call that was so baffling could have the potential to alter the outcome of the championship game. Even the most experienced players are perplexed. Moreover, it has everyone talking about it. The arrival of the king comes just when you thought the controversy couldn't possibly get any more significant. In response to this call, Lebron James, who is well known for his basketball intelligence, had some things to say. Also, believe me when I say that his words carry more weight than you might first imagine.
And that is the really sucky thing. Like, nobody wants, like, not even fans want to see a game ended because of a call that the referees made.
You have to understand that LeBron James was watching the game while fans were still trying to make sense of the legal guarding positions. He was not merely observing. Rather, he was prepared to make a statement. Not just any player is contributing to this discussion. In this conversation, we are discussing one of the most brilliant minds in basketball of our generation. When LeBron James speaks, the entire world of sports pays attention. So, what remarks did the king have to make? As it turns out, he didn't hold back. It was a slam dunk when LeBron James took to social media and communicated his thoughts.
It was clear as day what was happening there. Something was wrong. LeBron James tweeted, he said, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game."
He did not merely raise doubts about the call. He drew attention to the entire circumstance. Allow me to tell you that it was not a pretty sight. Almost immediately, there was a buzz in the basketball world. Would you be able to fathom the magnitude of the impact that would be caused by an NBA superstar of LeBron James's caliber weighing in on a WNBA controversy? However, LeBron James was not the only one who voiced his disapproval. Even before he made his statement, the social media storm had already begun to develop. Fans were irate, players were perplexed, and it appeared that everyone had a point of view toward the situation. In addition to that, another NBA superstar, Dame Lillard, entered the fray.
The refs called this game like they knew the assignment in the second half. Boy, great game. And then Isaiah Thomas tweeted, "They low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL." Social media has been flooded more with the referees rigged this game than congratulations to the New York Liberty. And this is not the narrative at all that the WNBA needs. They literally cannot escape this reality show.
It hurts. There is more to that than criticism. By doing so, it is implied that the referees had a plan. However, that was not the end of it.
Thomas tweeted, "They low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL."
Now, when players start throwing around words like cheated, you know things are getting serious. This wasn't just about one bad call anymore. It was turning into a full-blown debate about the integrity of the game. Now, you might be wondering, how's the WNBA going to respond to all this? I mean, when you've got NBA superstars calling out your league, that's not something you can just ignore. The pressure's on, and all eyes are on the WNBA to see what they'll do next.
It's crazy. Like, if this were on the NBA side, that referee would have been fired before the game even ended.
However, This is where things start to get really interesting. The words of LeBron James did more than just stir up controversy. Their actions sparked a more extensive discussion. The topic of officiating standards, the relationship between the National Basketball Association and the Women's National Basketball Association, and the concept of fairness in sports became a topic of conversation. As time went on, this was no longer just about one game. Basketball's prospects for the future were at stake. At the same time that everyone was concentrating on what LeBron James had to say, something even more damning was hiding in plain sight. Do you remember when your math teacher told you that numbers are not deceitful? The truth is being screamed by these game statistics, and it is louder than any tweet that a celebrity could possibly send out. In the event that one team is given 3 times as many opportunities to make free throws, what do you think will eventually occur? A discussion on the disparity in free throws in basketball is in order. Believe me when I say that this idea is anything but dull, despite the fact that it might sound dull. The number of free throws that one team receives in comparison to the other raises some significant concerns because free throws have the potential to either make or break a game. Get ready to be astounded by this shocking new statistic. Are you able to believe that? It is more than 3 times as many as before. When you give one team a significant head start in a race and expect it to be fair, you are doing everything wrong.
Also very clear that Nafisa Collier just wasn't getting calls the entire game.
Let's take a look at some very important moments. Remember that call on Alana Smith that caused a lot of controversy? It was because of this that Breanna Stewart was able to make the crucial free throws. What about all of the other calls or non-calls that occurred throughout the course of the game? It didn't take long for fans and analysts to point out instances in which the Lynx appeared to be on the receiving end of unfortunate circumstances. There is a possibility that you are currently thinking, okay, but does this really change the game that much? As far as the specialists are concerned, it most certainly does this. The numbers have been crunched by basketball analysts, and they have determined that a disparity of this nature has the potential to completely change the outcome of a championship game. The points that are scored from free throws are not the only thing that matters. Momentum, foul trouble, and the overall rhythm of the game are also important. Consequently, what does this imply with regard to the fairness of the game? Everyone from casual basketball fans to die-hard basketball junkies and everyone in between is scratching their heads in response to this question. Is it really the case that we are watching a fair competition, or is there something else going on behind the scenes? If the officiating can have such a significant impact, would it be fair? However, the repercussions of this controversy regarding officiating are not limited to a single game or even a single series. A cloud is being cast over the entire league as a result here. An increasing number of fans are beginning to question every call and every non-call, and they are wondering if what they are witnessing is actually the complete story. Furthermore, when fans lose faith in the fairness of the game, this is a problem that is more significant than any single championship itself. In the midst of the controversy, there is one voice that stands out from the rest. Remember the calm and collected manner in which Cheryl Reeve was known to carry herself? There is a facet of her that is about to be revealed to you that will cause your jaw to drop. There is no other coach quite like Cheryl Reeve, who is the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx. Her professionalism and calm demeanor have earned her a place in the annals of WNBA history. After the conclusion of this game, however, she was a completely different person. This is the first time you've ever witnessed a post-game interview like this one. Think about this. As soon as Reeve approaches the microphone, you can almost feel the tension that is emanating from her. She had lost her normally calm demeanor. On the contrary, she is clearly irritated, and her words come out as pointed expressions. This is not merely dissatisfaction, rather, it is unadulterated rage. And then she reveals the shocking information. As Reeve makes her declaration, her tone is thick with feeling. Are you able to believe it? A well-respected coach has leveled allegations that the league has, in essence, rigged the game. Nevertheless, she does not end there. The next thing that Reeve does is demand that the officiating be consistent, saying that if you don't want to call it one way, then you shouldn't call it the other way. Maintain a consistent approach. That's something that every team wants, right?
This isn't that hard. And so it's disappointing.
When it comes to the challenge, Reeve begins to take aim at themselves. It is imperative that we modify the rules of our challenge, as she insists. Rather than merely questioning this particular game, it seems as though she is questioning the entire system that the WNBA has in place. At this point, you might be wondering, will she get in trouble for doing this as well? And you are not incorrect in your curiosity. The Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, has a long history of penalizing coaches who criticize officials. Do you remember when, in 2019, the coach of the Seattle Storm, Dan Hughes, was fined for making comments that were very similar to those? Reeve must be aware that she is putting herself in danger as a result of this situation. On the other hand, this is what makes it so shocking. In order to speak out against this injustice, it is evident that Reeve believes it is worth putting her money and possibly even her job on the line. It's almost as if she's trying to dare the league to respond by drawing a line in the sand. In addition, they might respond. In order to prevent this kind of public criticism from occurring, the WNBA has implemented certain policies. It is possible that we will be subject to reprimands, fines, and possibly even suspensions. But here's the thing. It appears that Reeve is not concerned about it. For the sake of doing what she thinks is honorable, she is putting everything on the line. So, let's put an end to this, shall we? It's all been seen by us. It was a controversial call. LeBron James made a statement, the free throw statistics were insane, and a coach lost his cool on live television. It is abundantly clear that the WNBA finals are not functioning properly. This is the question that really matters. This is going to have a negative impact on the reputation of the league. Consider the following. If fans believe that the games aren't being played fairly, are they going to continue to tune in? But what about the players themselves? If they are concerned about the impartiality of the referees, how can they give it their all? Now, let me tell you something that I want you to consider. Is there a way to fix this? Is the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, in need of new rules, improved referees, or possibly even an entirely new system? It is possible that the future of women's basketball will be determined by this.